Hello, in today's video we're going to discuss internal and external growth in business, the right way to scale. Businesses want more customers, more revenue, more attention, more opportunities, and more market share. But you have to remember, not all growth is good growth. Some growth makes a business stronger. Some growth makes a business more fragile. Some growth creates cash flow, systems, and long-term value. Other growth creates complexity, debt, stress, and confusion. So today we're going to discuss both internal growth and external growth. Internal growth is when a business grows from within. External growth is when a business grows by using outside opportunities like partnerships, acquisitions, mergers, licensing, or strategic alliances. Always remember that order matters, because if your internal systems are weak, external growth can actually make your problems bigger. You always have to remember, internal growth builds the engine, external growth adds fuel. Now let's start with internal growth. Internal growth is also called organic growth. This is growth that comes from the business improving itself. That can mean getting more sales, improving marketing, launching better products, hiring better people, improving operations, raising prices, increasing retention, creating better content, or building better systems. It is the foundation for most businesses. You got to remember, businesses do not become strong just because they get bigger. A business becomes strong when it gets clearer, more efficient, more trusted, more consistent, and more repeatable. Most business owners want the big partnership, the investors, the acquisition, viral post, the massive launch, but they do not have a clear offer. They do not know exactly who they serve. They do not have a repeatable sales process. They do not track leads. They do not follow up properly. They do not have operating procedures. They do not know their numbers. So they're chasing external growth before they have internal strength. The internal growth formula is audience plus trust plus systems plus offers plus distribution equals scalable business growth. Now let's discuss that a little bit further. Audience means you know who you serve. You need to know the exact person, the exact problem, the exact desired outcome, and the exact reason they would trust you. That matters because when the audience is clear, the content becomes clearer. The offer becomes clearer, the sales process becomes clearer, and the brand becomes easier to trust. The second part is trust. Trust is built by showing up consistently, telling the truth, explaining risk, and helping people make better decisions. In business, trust is an asset. If people do not trust you, you can have the best product in the world and still struggle to sell it. But If people trust you, your content works, your offer convert better, your referrals improve, and your business becomes more durable. The third part is systems. Systems are what keep a business from depending on random effort. A system is a repeatable way to create a result. A content system, a sales system, a follow-up system, a client onboarding system, a research system, a customer service system, a financial tracking system. You gotta remember that systems are key to success. The fourth part is offers. An offer is not just a product. An offer is the packaged value that solves a real problem for a specific person. A strong offer answers, who is this for? What problem does it solve? What outcome does it help create? Why should someone trust it? What makes it easier, faster, clearer, safer, or more useful than alternatives? The fifth part is distribution. Distribution means getting your message in front of the right people consistently, such as YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, a newsletter, SEO are all examples. Also, partnerships as well as community platforms are distributions. A business can have a great message and still struggle if nobody sees it. That's why distribution is part of the system. Now let's talk about external growth. External growth is also called inorganic growth. This is when a business grows by using outside opportunities. Examples include acquisitions, mergers, partnerships, joint ventures, licensing, franchising, strategic alliance, referral relationships, or buying assets. External growth can be powerful because it can speed up progress. Instead of building everything from scratch, you can partner with someone who already has an audience. You can acquire a business that already has customers. You can license a framework. You can create a joint venture. You can buy a digital asset, newsletter, website, or media property that already has traffic. But external growth usually adds complexity, and complexity is expensive. Even when a deal looks good on paper, you still have to integrate systems, people, culture, operations, finances, expectations, and brand trust. This is why external growth should multiply strength. A partnership works better when you already have a clear offer. And acquisition works better when you already understand your numbers. A referral relationship works better when you already have a reliable fulfillment process. A joint venture works better when you already know your audience and your message. External growth should not be used to cover up poor marketing, weak sales, bad follow-up, unclear positioning, or messy operations. It should be used to accelerate something that already works. Always remember, internal growth is usually slower but safer. External growth is usually faster but riskier. Internal growth gives you more control. External growth gives you more reach. Internal growth strengthens the foundation. External growth expands the footprint. Internal growth is about building capability. External growth is about adding leverage. The smartest businesses understand how to use both. The best businesses ask better questions. Before pursuing internal growth, ask, do we know exactly who we serve? Do we have a clear offer? Are we creating trust consistently? Do we have a repeatable sales process? Are we tracking leads, conversions, retention, and cash flow? Do we have systems that reduce owner dependency? Before pursuing external growth, ask, does this opportunity strengthen our core business? Are we financially prepared? Do we understand the risk? Can we integrate it without breaking the business? Are we paying a fair price? Does it add customers, talent, technology, distribution, or intellectual property that we can actually use? Would this still make sense if growth happens slower than expected? You got to remember, business growth is about durability. Now let's look at scenario analysis. In the bull case, a business builds strong internal systems first. It knows the audience, has a clear offer, creates consistent trust, tracks the numbers, and has a repeatable sales process. Then adds external growth carefully through partnerships, referrals, collaborations, or small acquisitions. In that scenario, external growth becomes a multiplier. The business grows faster without losing control. That is the ideal situation. In the base case, the business focuses mostly on internal growth. It improves content, sales, operations, retention, offers, and distribution. It may use some partnerships, but it avoids risky moves too early. The business gets stronger month by month, the systems improve, the brand gets clearer, the audience grows, the offer gets sharper, cash flow becomes more predictable. That is sustainable growth. Now let's look at the bear case. The business chases external growth too early. It enters partnerships without clear expectations. It buys assets it does not know how to monetize. It takes on debt before cash flow is stable. It expands before operations are ready. It adds complexity before building discipline. And what happens? The business gets bigger but weaker. More customers create more service problems. More products create more confusion. More partnerships create more obligations. More debt creates more pressure. That is how growth turns into risk. That's why it's key to build in the right order. Step 1, build internal strength. Clarify your audience, clarify your offer, Build trust through education and consistency. Create your sales process. Track your numbers. Document your operating procedures. Improve customer experience. Build cash flow discipline. Step 2, improve distribution. Make sure that you use the right social media channels. YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, newsletters, websites, SEOs, and referral relationships. The goal is not to be everywhere randomly. The goal is to create a repeatable content and distribution machine. Step 3, add external growth carefully. That can mean collaborations, affiliate relationships, creator partnerships, newsletter swaps, joint webinars, referral partners, or eventually acquiring small digital assets. Every growth opportunity should be judged by fit, risk, cost, timing, and integration. The best approach is to stabilize, systemize, then scale. Really the key is internal growth builds the business you control. External growth expands the business through opportunities outside your direct control. Both matter, but internal growth should usually come first. Because when you build an engine correctly, every future opportunity becomes more valuable. Your partnerships work better. Your acquisitions are easier to integrate. Your content converts better. Your sales process becomes more predictable. Your team performs better. Your customers stay longer. Your brand becomes more trusted. And your business becomes more dependable, more consistent. Always ask yourself, is the engine actually working? Do we have the audience? Do we have trust? Do we have systems? Do we have offers? Do we have distribution? If the answer is no, start there. Because businesses are built from clear strategy, disciplined execution, and repeatable systems. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the subscribe, and we'll make another video next week. Please leave any comments that you have in the comments section below. I'll be more than happy to answer. I'll see you in the next video.